Hello all. We're going to take a little break from physical and chemical changes and reactions, which we'll get back to a little bit later in the week, to do something very disgustingly cool, especially being now that we have to wash our hands all the time, like we should in the first place anyway. But we should wash our hands thoroughly and not touch our face because, you know, the kung flu will come and get you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to grow some grossness. We're going to test certain things around my house to see what kind of bad, disgusting, horrifying little creatures are living on them. So, if you come around here, we're going to take these swabs. We're going to dust certain things, and then we're going to put it on, this is called an agar Petri dish. Inside here is stuff that will help little creatures like bacterium and mold and all that other gross stuff. They will grow, and they will grow quickly. And it'll only take a couple of days for us to actually start seeing things happening. So these are going to be videos over several days, over maybe a week, 10 days. So here's what we're going to do. So first, let's look at all the things that I'm going to swab. We're going to Clorox wipe a light switch and then swab it. Then we're going to do the other side of the light switch. It's going to be the same light switch, just it has two switches on it. We're going to do the Apple remote. We're going to do a phone. We're going to do the front doorknob. We're going to do Gunther's mouth wherever he is. We'll find him in a minute. And then we're going to do the back door floor where the dogs go in and out. So here's what I want you guys to do. And you can do this and then dojo me. We're going to form a hypothesis. Which of the following surfaces will be the most disgusting? And which will be the least disgusting? And why do you think so? Remember, a hypothesis is not about what you think, but why you think that way. Even if you want to, I'll put a picture of this up on Dojo. And then if you want to, not only pick your least and most, but you could try hypothesizing which order these will come in from the least to the most. So, let's get started. All right, so I'm going to clean one side of this with the Clorox wipe, leave the other one untouched. It's probably the cleanest this light switch has been since we installed it. Okay, first thing you want to do is wet this tip a little bit. Get the excess off. And then we're going to make a swab, and I'm rotating the swab with my fingers so that I can get it on all the surfaces all the way around the swab. We'll get that real good. All right, now I take it and I put it in the Petri dish. And I'm rolling it again also. I want to be gentle on this so as not to break the agar. That's the bacterium food. Okay, and here's my first dish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close it up. I'm going to take some tape because we don't want anything icky growing there to get on us, because that would just be awful. So I'm going to close it up with this. This is Gorilla Tape. It's a kind of a duct tape. So we're going to close that up real good, and I'm going to label this. Number 1, which is our Clorox wiped light switch. Now let's go and do the other side of the light switch. And now the nasty light switch. And now to do the Apple remote, which strangely enough in my house, after I go to bed, I wake up the next morning, some of the buttons here usually have some Cheeto dust on them, or worse, peanut butter. Nothing like putting your hand in peanut butter on the remote. Teenagers. Y'all stop growing up now. All right. With each of these things, you want to think about where they've been, who all's been touching it. This phone, for instance, not only am I going to swab right here, where you usually use the touch screen, but I'm going to swab some of these sides right here. This thing's been in your pocket. You lay it down outside. Who knows what it's actually come in contact with besides your hands? These are kind of things that you're going to want to think about when you're making your hypothesis about which one do you think is going to be the grossest, which one do you think is going to be the least gross. And here you can kind of see the lines I'm creating just a little bit in this little dish. Secure this thing up nice and tight, and we'll move on to the next one, which will be the front doorknob. And as you can tell right here, I'm labeling each one because I want to be able to keep up with which one is which. So this one is the phone, it's number 4. All right, think about how many hands have been on this and how long it's been since it's probably been cleaned. Not only that, but every time the UPS guy comes, Elsie wants to tell us that he's coming here to maybe harm us, kill us, I don't know. Not that they're very nice, they're delivering our packages. We love them, but our dogs, they jump all over the door, might actually slobber on it, who knows. We're swabbing that real good. And yawn.
Yeah.
Hi, Gunther. How you doing, buddy? Let me get in there and get that. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Yeah, yuck. Thank you, Gunther.
Here's Miss Johnson.
All right, this is where the dogs go in and out. You would think that this would be high traffic. I'm actually getting a little dirt on here anyway, so. Put it on there. And then we'll go back and label it. All right, here's all of our dishes right here. They've been sufficiently grossed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in this bag. That's for a couple of different reasons. One, we want them to stay all together. Number 2, we don't want the grossness to get out. Even though I've taped these things, you can never be too careful. I'm gonna try and squeeze some of the air out of it. And what I'm going to do, this has got to sit in a place to be incubated, but it's got to be dark. I don't have a place in my house that is constantly 85 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lamp next to it and just let it go. So I'm going to put this, you don't want to get direct light on these. So I'm going to put this in the box that it came in and then find a good lamp, put this in an incubation, and we'll take a look at this in about 2 days. We'll make another video and upload to see how our progress is going. We'll probably do one every 2, maybe 3 days until we're ready to dispose of these completely, because who knows, there could be some really horrific stuff on here. So anyway, what I want to leave you with before we upload this and y'all can see it for yourselves. First off, your hypothesis. Which of the following surfaces will be the most disgusting? Which one will be the least disgusting? And why do you think so? And let's end this with, why is it so important to wash your hands thoroughly? So I'm going to leave you with that question, and I'll see you with physical and chemical changes in about another day. Bye.